Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and today I'm here to share with you my 2017 album. This is my second album, and I realized as I was doing my Freeze Friday that I'd never finished 2017, my album share with you. So it's composed of 4 albums. I shared the first one back last fall, so I will leave the link there so you can see that in case you missed it. I do have 2016, 2015, 2014, and 2013 also there, so I'll just leave all the links below so you can find them if you so choose to watch them. And let's dive right in because it's pretty darn thick because it's 4 albums and I tried to make it all work. So this is 2017 is the year my daughter was born, so little Miss Nora. And I was part of Spiegel Mom Scraps, so there's a lot of, and I'm really finding the style I kind of have now. You'll find that in there. So here is my first layout. This was a project for Spiegel Mom Scraps where we had to basically scrap lift one of the layouts we had made the previous year because it was like an anniversary thing. So I went ahead and did the very first layout I'd ever created, which was a layout about Jackson, and I did it for my daughter with the cut file, and it just says, "Hello baby, let's go on a family adventure," and just the photo of us. It's just such a funny, it's a really cute photo of Sean and I, but her mouth's kind of sticking open, half an eye is shut. It's just, it's funny, but it's got some really cute stuff on it, some sequins and some felt stuff, and it just, I like it. It's fun. And then let's see how much of this you can see. I have He Hearts Her Most. Jackson loved when Nora came and being a big brother. He was all about it. So I really love this layout. I did some mixed media up here, played with this really cool pattern paper, which inspired me to do that. And then I did just kind of to travel your eye against with some sequins there. And this little mixture here, I was using up a bit of this collection is really what I was working on. And it just says, we were not sure how Jackson was going to take to having Nora around, but we were pleasantly surprised because he absolutely loves her and is amazing when around her. So yeah, it's a really good one. This one's from April, so he's been around her for a little while by then. Here's a cute photo of my little girl sleeping, my sweet sleeping beauty. There are so many amazing adventures just waiting for you to go out and explore, but for now, please stay my sweet baby girl for as long as possible. And it's using some, I think we've got some Dear Lizzie in here, and just definitely, again, kind of bashing through some stuff there. I love this layout. I love the photo. Might not be the layout, but I love the photo. I'm just gonna shut my door. My kids are upstairs. So this background paper here, there is like this weird kind of darker green, almost like a Christmas green that I just was not digging. So I put this piece of pattern paper over it instead, which kind of helped highlight some orange in his shirt. But what I loved is, I'll read the journaling, it'll wrap it up, but it says, "While we were out for an afternoon stroll today, I looked behind me and saw this. My guys holding hands and both of them with their other hand in their pocket. I have no idea if Jackson was trying to copy Daddy or if they are just truly that much alike," but it was just so funny because they looked exactly alike. And I know you can't see Sean because he's so tall, but he has a hat on too, and it was just super cute. So yeah, I love it. And I just used some layers. This is 6x6 papers just layered up on top of each other. My photos popped up with some fun foam and then a couple frames, and just little bits of embellishment popped up here and there. So yeah, I really like that one. Here's one I was playing, doing some mixed media with. It's not my favorite layout ever, but it's okay. It is kind of like the Easter layout for the family album. So it says, "My adorable little bunnies on Easter morning, we decided it would be really fun to play with the Snapchat filter for the photos we would share with family this year." So she was sound asleep and looked adorable, and yeah, he's so cute. And yeah, again, there's some more. You can tell I'm trying to work through these felts. I've used them on a lot of stuff. Some florals. There's a little bunny down here. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. Just a little tiny bit of washi just randomly placed as well. You know. And then we've got Nora's first Easter. So your first hippity hoppity is what I ended up using there. Kind of a different angle of the way the patterns are laid out, and just kind of playing. was an okay layout. But I love this photo of her peeking up over Sean's little shoulder there. It's so cute. And then some mama bear cuddles. This was doing some mixed media and a bunch of strips from a Valentine's Day collection without it being Valentine's Day themed, which was the goal for that. And then just me cuddling with them, because these two are my everything and I love these small moments with them. Apparently this one needs journaling. Oh, this layout. So, you know when you have a layout and you just love it so much? This is one of those. I absolutely love this layout so much. I think I broke my needle twice stitching it because these little pokey sequins that look like flowers, if you don't catch it right in the middle, it'll break your needle. So I learned not to stitch with them after this one, but I did this cool little banner effect, placed a couple birds on there, Sweet Perfect Morning. This Amy Tan card I had been saving to use for this, and just this really adorable photo where I was having coffee back then because we were in the basement suite. If Jackson was still sleeping, we have a TV in our bedroom and Nora was in the bassinet. So I would sip my coffee and let Nora sleep, and she used to sound like a goat, like a baby goat. And so it just kind of, the journaling's hidden and is talking about that. But yeah, I really love that photo as well. It's one of my favorite ones, and the layout of just the feeling it gives off, I just really love it. Here's one I did for one of my 30 days of sketches of Jackson, and he's doing some painting, trying to keep him quiet, I think, or give him something to do because he was so bored. We had to be home a lot with the baby, couldn't go very far, so you know, it was hard on a little toddler there, but pretty darn cute. I can't believe he was ever that small. Lots of greens, monochromatic, and yeah, I really love this. I know there's a process video for this one because, like I said, it was part of one of my 30 days of sketches there. Here's one I loved. So I saw this Project Life card of the ballerina, and I snapped this photo of Nora, and it kind of looked like she was doing the dance too. So I used a title from lyrics from a song. Hold on one second. And sorry, life with children, right? So yeah, I just kind of went in with my Maggie Holmes stuff that I had with the ballerina type things and used song lyrics for my title, and I really love it. And there's that kind of weird little angle again, so it's kind of cool. I should try that more often. It's got a neat angle to it. But yeah, I like this layout, and then the little yellow flower to kind of match her cute little yellow dress there. And Daddy has the magic touch. Sean, by the time I got to this point of the night, I was so over trying to get them to go to sleep that they could feel how frustrated I was, the babies could, and so Sean would have to take over, and he would have the magic touch to putting them to sleep. You're gonna get through this. So yeah, so by this time, oh, I was just so done. And Sean would walk back and forth with them until they fell asleep, and he could just get them to pass out. So it was lovely, and that's what this is talking about, how he could do that. And he can do it with Barrett too now. When Barrett was really little, even that wouldn't work, but now he can, because Barrett's a bit of a mama's boy. Here, oh, I love this layout. Here's another fun one. This is using up some fun sequins and that beautiful Dear Lizzie collection, and that's really cool. My mom crocheted this really cool mermaid kind of outfit for Nora, and I adore it. So it says, Mermazing Handmade Awesome Gift. Yeah, I love this layout. I like the pops of colors. I love the sequins. I love it all. I think it was for a scrap lift, or it was definitely for something. I think that there's a process video for sure. Here's one that was inspired by Mercy Tierra, and it's just the boys playing some basketball when we still lived in Clayton Heights, which is just kind of the neighborhood next to us now. And yeah, we had a really awesome park that we used to go to, and we got to borrow a basketball from the basketball court and just had some fun playing, and got some photos of them doing that. So Jackson's was really enjoying it, doing that. My Mother's Day gift from that year. I love this layout. This is one of the layouts I made with my very first Secret Not Secret kit Kit Club kit, the first one Christina had ever made, that she kind of opened up the Kit Club with it. So yeah, I love this layout. This pattern paper isn't from there, but I think the rest of it is. This heart is actually washi tape, wide washi tape, and I cut it to make it be a background. And yeah, so I got this really cool Paris mug that I actually use, believe it or not. It's my little trash in my room, because I'm obsessed with everything kind of like London and Paris and England and you know, European. So it all tends to be into my scrap room because I can be girly with it here. But yes, I love that. And then this is the photo that was taken of Jackson for Mother's Day at daycare. So I went ahead and did this for the Mother's Day hop from, this is probably the hop for 2018. I tend to scrapbook stuff like this a year later. And this is one of the very first times I had used a cut file. So I like painted it. Yeah, it's rough, but it works. I backed it with some pattern paper. I layered a lot of things with it, so I think that helps, but yeah, it's rough. But I love this cute little photo of Jackson. Here is one I did. Now, if you can remember, Daisy and I did 12 days of series, and we did 12 days of spring, and this is one of the episodes, and I think it had to be 11. It was one of the larger numbers, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Oh yeah, 11 butterflies had to be on the layout. So I got that done. This cute little photo of her sleeping. She was so cute. Her little outfits were so cute. So Hello Sleeping Beauty is what I called that one. Some mixed media there. Them together. This is a scrap lift of Daisy before I really realized before Daisy and I were like scrappy besties, I had done this layout, and it was for a series. She kind of left YouTube world and everything, but we did a series, like 5 episodes, where we were inspired and kind of scrap lifted someone else, and it was kind of fun. And one of them was this beautiful layout from Daisy that I scrap lifted without really realizing who she was, and then like a month later we became friends. But yep, so I went ahead, this is my, I want to get this photo like supersized and put on my wall. I love this photo of the two of them there. And it just says, if all I could have was one of the photo of the two of you together, is one photo of the two of you together, this would be the photo. All I can see is love in Jackson's eyes for his baby sister and trust in Nora's body language. So yeah, I love that layout. That was lots of scraps being used up. Here's one where I had really good intentions of making this a really awesome layout, and it's cool and I like it, but it's not my favorite thing ever. But I like the long title. So Being Together is their favorite place to be, and then a bunch of photos of them together, because Jackson would lie down on the little thing with her. It was cute. He really does love, but when they're babies, he loves it when his siblings are little, before they can get into his stuff. Here is I was obsessed with Snapchat back in 2017. I don't know if it was because I was on mat leave, so I had time. I don't know what it was, but I was obsessed with it and I was using it all the time. So there's just a bunch of them, and it just has my Snapchat and coffee morning moments, because literally I would be drinking coffee and taking Snapchats every morning. So that is what that one's about. And then this one was for Spiegelmom Scraps. It was a throwback to like the 90s, and I really didn't know how to do what I wanted to do. I didn't really have older photos, and so I kind of was a little tongue-in-cheek and was like a little less Rachel, a little more Monica, saying how I always used to think I'd be so Rachel, and really I'm a little bit more Monica, or at least I'm trying to be. So that's kind of what this one is about, and I used one of my favorite florals of all time on that layout. Oh, that was hard to do. My crazy morning pileup. These two, so funny. The bit of jealousy that happens, right? So they both wanted to cuddle with me at the same time, and it was adorable, and it would happen every morning. So I used this beautiful piece of pattern paper from Amy Tan there. A bunch of, there's not actually a whole ton on this if you really look at it, but I think the strategic placing of it really made it work. So I love that layout. There is nothing on the back side, so I'm not sure if it's missing or if I just need to fill it in. Here is a fun photo shoot. I think I had gotten a new camera at this time, because these photos are such fabulous quality that I think it's because I had a new phone, but we were playing at another park and he was having a lot of fun, so I just used this really old pattern paper and had fun. I think this was taken on of my birthday actually, so yeah, I like that one. This one also needs journaling. This one is an interesting one too. I'll talk about that in a second. But this is when, so Nora was born in March, and then little Rolly here was born in June. June 10th, I believe. So they're very close in age, and then I think 2 months later, the other cousin was born. But at the time, so if you can see this little girl here, she, her mom was dating Sean's middle brother, and they ended up splitting up, and Sean's middle brother got back with the two little girls right here, their mom. So they're like, anyway, so they got back to it, which is fabulous because their family is back together and everything. But now we have these photos of a little girl that's no longer in our family, so it's a little interesting, but you know, that was part of their life, so we're just gonna let it be. But I created this as one of the entries for being in a sketch group that I didn't get asked to be in, but it was one of my qualification layouts that I had done, and I still really love it. It's kind of got a fresh vibe to it, so I enjoyed that one. Here's one using up a bunch of Project Life cards, and this is the comparison of little Rolly and all of his hair with Nora and all the hair she doesn't have. So I thought that was cute, but yeah, it's just one for Nora, just the fact that she's a cousin. There's nothing in those ones. The Wild is Calling. I think I did this for a series, the Inspired by series that I used to do. So yeah, that's definitely what this is. Again, using some of my favorite pattern papers that I had kind of been hoarding, and I made myself use them. We used to have the most beautiful walk when we lived in Clayton. There's just one stretch of our neighborhood that it was just so beautiful, and I absolutely loved walking through it every day. So I took a photo of that, and that's kind of what this is talking about. So it's a lovely memory because I really do love that. Sunshine Coffee and You with a pink sun. I think that's really fun. This was a layout I created for Spiegel Mom Scraps, doing some mixed media, a bunch of different layers, and just kind of playing. I love it. And then adding, we had to use this particular sequence mix, so I tried to make that work with what I have there. Here is one that I did for a Stash Bash when we used to do that, and it was to Stash Bash washi. So you all know my struggle with that, but I was able to use a bunch of Amy Tan washi there, and then I did mixed media and kind of tied it all into the middle there. I have a photo of Sean and I with our summer vibe going on. And then a photo of Jackson. We were duck watching. It was hard for Jackson sometimes because obviously Nora needed a lot of my attention, and Jackson was so used to having my attention, and it had to be kind of split. So we would always try during the weekend that him and I would go and do something, so it was just him and me. That was something we really tried to do. And I got some of this, if you remember that collection from One Canoe 2, the very first collection with that cork, I got that used up. And just a lot of little things. Here's one that needs journaling and a date. Man, I should probably get on this. This one again is obviously a Spiegel Mom Scraps layout because of all the sequins there. And just again, another park photo. We went to the park a lot, so that tended to be what I took photos of. And of course, every photo I took of Jackson, I had to scrapbook back then. So here's one at a water park. I love this layout though. This was definitely a 30 Days of Sketches, and I did some watercolor. It had a stencil, and I took the stencil and watercolored and then fussy cut it out and then lined it up with my photos, and I really love this layout. Another one of probably my all-time favorites. And then finally, I have this Smile and Sage Cheese layout. When I would take photos of them together, that's what I said. I would tell Jackson to smile and say cheese. And so that's just kind of what it's talking about, because I would go to say it and he's like, no, mommy, I'll say it. And it was just really cute. So a bunch of mixed media, some sequins. I do believe this is probably Spiegel Mom Scraps layout as well. And you can see my little half border. I still love a good half border. So there you go. That is album 2 for 2017. And I will be back next week with album 3 to share with you before it gets packed away for our move this summer. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Bye.